Okay, Craig join, I believe. Oh,
Awesome.
oops. Give me 1 sec. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Mabel, now we could continue. How you doing?
I am doing super well. I'm honestly really excited when I got the notification from Extron that he wanted me to kind of come back and really exciting feeling. So I'm really glad to be back and get this process started.
So X actually messaged me too, just about the whole podcast thing, telling me uh, how he's bringing people back, but it's not the second chance season. And so I asked him, oh, he mentioned early pre-jurors that definitely deserve better. So I'm like, what, like Maple? He's like, wow, how did you guess?
Well, that's so nice of you. I mean, my time on Xtron, while or my time in Xorgs, while unfortunately a bit short, was definitely one which I had a lot of fun with. So I was really pleased that I got the call or the notification to come back.
Oh, you were my winner pick. If I remember correctly, you got voted out at one of those double tribals, right?
Yes, I did. It was a joint tribal and it it just sucks that it had to be so soon, but I had kind of made I had made a pretty big mistake and it came back to bite me in the butt.
Which was
So we had a challenge that was, I'm pretty sure it was very similar to Greed, where um you could choose to like take a or you could choose to like not take a point for your tribe and instead you could
right.
um I think it was some kind of advantage
Yes,
um
hope and
for
despair.
yes. And if you chose despair you pretty much got like, I think it was like a hint or a clue or something advantageous
You
for the
got
safari.
those mono
um
coins.
so I unfortunately I chose despair, thinking that everyone else would choose hope. And
Mm,
when when it turned out that a, a, a good amount of people had chosen despair, I felt really bad. And I told someone because I was like, hey, I just feel so bad about this, blah, blah, blah.
hold
And
on. Who did you
they,
tell?
it just kind of spread. And because I was the only one that admitted it, they just kind of went for me. So,
Who did you tell though?
I believe it was Kuro. I don't know if I'm saying their name correctly, but it was Kuro.
Yeah.
And we had bonded a little bit. I felt really good with them, but apparently the feelings weren't reciprocated. So, um, that was a bit unfortunate.
To be honest, from season two, you were my first guess. If it wasn't, it'd probably be Kuro. Because I know both of you definitely have a lot of potential. Not just potential, I remember uh, you told me how you won is what, 7 challenges, individual immunity or something, and you still won?
Yeah, I was playing in this. It was actually the first org I ever did. And it was a 36 person org. It was over like 2 months. And so because it was so big, we had a merge of 14. So we had I believe it was 12 different individual immunities, and I won 6 of them. And um, I won 4 at the very beginning, and then I survived a big kind of span throughout the mid merge, and then the final 2 challenges I also won. Unfortunately, I've never been able to do a challenge streak like that again, but I've been able to, at least especially in the pre merge, contribute a lot to challenges. So
Yeah, I remember asking you if you won that many challenges, how did nobody target you when you didn't win? And what you told me was, I don't know, I just had a really good social game.
yeah, and that's kind of just how I am normally. Like I feel like I'm a pretty social player overall. That's how I really go about any org I go into. But it comes with a little bit of a cost because normally I think social players are often associated with being a little bit more villainous and backstabby. It's kind of part of the game, right? If you're talking to a bunch of
Mhm.
people and making friends and stuff, obviously there comes a point where if you get all of your friends late into the game, you're gonna have to start getting rid of some of them. So that being said, however, I try my best to play a heroic game, and it's definitely difficult to do, but I try my best. I try my best.
Little late, but whatever, just because we start talking and it started flowing. But could you tell everyone just who you are, how old are you, where you're from,
Oh yeah,
basics?
sure. So yeah, I'm TML or Maple. You can kind of call me whatever. I'm 18. I'm from Florida. And is that it? Is that everything?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's
awesome.
fine.
Yeah. So that's of a hint from pre-merge, and besides that, though, I've gone very, very little. So I'm very, very interested to see what kind of lies in store
Hold on, what
here.
do you think? Because you told me you got a couple hints.
Yeah, so he gave me a pretty good hint on what the general theme was. I don't know. Am I allowed to share it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm pretty sure he said Fire Emblem. I would have to double check it, but I'm pretty sure he said that.
Okay, yeah, basically. It's a little more specific than that, but uh, yeah, we are having a couple returnees. Do you have any guesses of who? I don't know if you followed any of the other seasons. It's okay if you haven't, but
Um,
I, I clearly guessed one of them correctly.
so I did not watch the first season, um, pretty much at all, unfortunately. But the third season, um, just oh goodness, because I did watch. Maybe I could see maybe like Ragu, but he was very, very like kind of late towards like he was very close to the merge, so I'm not sure about that. Um Maybe someone like I don't really remember much about Ophelia's game, but possibly them. I'm
Hmm.
not sure, but that's just kind of my initial reactions.
Okay, I obviously can't confirm, but okay. And I love how you said you didn't watch season one. You did watch when I actually did well.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I got invited to the server in season 2, so that's oh man. I wish I could have watched it go down though, because I know, I saw you in another org, but
I
uh,
know the rules swapped.
you didn't do that bad. You didn't do that bad.
Hey, to be fair, the main reason I didn't do well was I know I actually have to know the theme, then got seen as a liability.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. Exactly.
That's why
Oh.
I really learned the hard way. Make sure that uh, I check to know if I need to know the theme. To be honest, I probably won't know most of them.
Mhm.
And
Awesome.
yeah, to be honest, that's because that wasn't but because that was such an issue for me that I didn't know what the theme was. I can't count that as one of my works.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. It's okay. I mean, it it was a I mean, it was an interesting experience though, and I hope that you had a good time playing it because it was interesting to spectate.
Well, I keep saying to be honest, should might as well play a drinking game out of that. Oh, you're not 21, so never mind. Uh, but because Extron recruited me from there, then I wouldn't be where I am today, being able to host now before I didn't even know what an org was, and now uh, I'm back for season 4.
Awesome. That's awesome. And big congrats there. I mean, that was awesome.
Thanks.
Mhm.
But this is about you, so something I could tell you is because I believe you were told this already, is that you're going to be a captain.
Yes, and that makes me a tad bit nervous because I don't know what kind of responsibilities or anything like that come attached with
Oh,
that label, but uh let's hope it's not anything too bad or with too much pressure associated with it.
oh, if you want, I could tell you. Not
Oh,
now, though.
sure.
When it actually starts, I just wanted you to get your hopes up.
Oh, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Oh Lord. Okay. Well,
Because now,
I
for
guess I'm just
my
gonna have to wait in anticipation.
well, from my end, there's no more pressure. I could just have fun with it. You can see I'm a bit of a shit disturber now. Oh, it's really fun.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
But I can't tell you too much about being a captain, but any strategies you can think of right off the bat of how you want to lead your team.
Um, I think the biggest thing is not like trying to be like managerial. I mean, first off, is like I think coming into it as a captain, you already have that label of being a little bit like a little bit more of a threat than anyone else. Like, I think people are gonna want to be like, hey, as the captain, he might want to go after us, or like we might want to go after him. So, I really want to not make it like me as an individual telling others what to do or anything like that. Uh, Definitely more. I mean, Survivor, especially in the pre-merge, is definitely more of a team thing, and that's what I'm hoping to get across with. And I'm hoping this time I won't just stop at 17th.
Well, to be fair, you won't be the only captain, so
That is true. That is true. I got two other people and two other. I think I'm guessing two other tribes because there are three of us. So we'll see what happens with that.
okay, sure, I'll confirm that. But uh, when you hear, yeah, I guess that part was kind of obvious.
It's a little, but that's okay. Okay. So, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think that being a captain is going to be very interesting, and it's a role I kind of sometimes fill in for anyways. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I can't tell you what they're going to be, but we also have a couple twists each season that you'll have to think about as well, just to just to add on to the fun.
Oh yeah, it just sounds absolutely delightful. You and your twists are just oh goodness gracious. It's
It's going to be even bigger next time. Just watch.
oh goodness. That makes me nervous, but also very excited. Very, very excited.
So what happens if you don't finish higher than 17th this time?
I'll definitely be a bit sad. I'm coming into it with hope that I can beat that because I think that 17th on, it's pretty low. So, it's literally the worst I've ever done in any org, by far, actually. So, like,
If it makes you feel
I'm
better.
hoping that, X org isn't just like a curse on me. I'm hoping that, I can go further than that. But if I don't, I gotta just, just take it, I guess, but that being said, I am definitely not aiming to just be, you know, a pre-merge boot or, I'm not just aiming for getting past 17th. I'm aiming to go as far as I can possibly go. So that's kind of my thing.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you've seen me do worse in 17.
Well, that was also I think there were more people in that season, so
Oh, yeah, that's true.
mhm.
Um, anyway, almost done. Is there anything that you could take away from playing in season 2 that'll help you for your for season 4?
So I think, I learned a lot from that season and previous seasons. It's been a little bit since I played, but um the main things that I really kind of started to focus on is um kind of really focusing on those interpersonal relationships and just developing them a little bit more. Um as well as um if I have to lie, I'm going to have to lie, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's always better for me at least, or it makes me feel better at least to go with the honest option. And if that means like if someone's going to ask me later on, "Hey, do you promise that you took hope and not despair?" I can actually say that because one thing that I do, and it's rather unfortunate for me, is that, I just have a really big thing against going against promises. So, like, if
Mm.
someone asks me a promise for something that I can't do, I just won't do it because I just, it kind of just goes against what, I'm trying to like get across in the game. And, it's trying to play with some level of morals and stuff like that. So, um, I
Definitely,
think
it's
what I've
it's
taken away is just try and be a bit better of a player, and especially in pre-merge, just working for the team.
oh, promise is definitely a huge word. To be honest, I tell people it's a P word. It's one that I'll never use.
Mhm,
I feel like you can't break a promise if you don't make them.
mhm, exactly.
But it sounds like your gameplay is just being a really trustworthy player.
I try to be. I mean, the problem that always happens, is that, later into the game, um, I try and develop these relationships, and I'm very much I tend to have 2 kind of groups of people that I'm with, and I try to kind of pick people off from, that aren't in either of those groups, and then it gets down to
Mm.
just those 2 groups, and then I have to choose a side, and that's when things
Stuck in the
don't
middle.
get as fun because, you know, in a game that you go from, 20 to 3 or 2, it's fairly
Oh, it's
difficult
definitely
to get.
it's having mind for himself.
Mhm. So, yeah, I try my best. I try my best.
Well, that's why I think last time the joint tribal got you a bit because I know I was actually talking to my sister because uh, I didn't think she should vote you out, but she told me her whole tribe was voting for you, so she didn't have much of a choice. So that
Mm,
probably had a bit of an effect too.
yeah, I mean, I've tried to work a little bit more about diminishing or, like, lowering my threat perception because I think before I've done a not as good job as, you know, before I've tend to make myself just a bigger target than I've actually needed to be, so, definitely something I've been working on.
Well, you're a captain, so how do you plan to do that?
Honestly, just trying to just What I normally do is, and this is just how I play, I just naturally kind of gravitate towards people with big personalities. Um,
Mm,
and I think, the bigger the personality, the more likely, I can find a way to either use that against them or ally with them. So, I try to surround myself with people who, you know, if if I'm in the minority and it's a 5 to 3 vote and, it's between me, person A, and person B, I'm gonna try and surround myself with people who are bigger or equal threats so that I have the least percent chance of, getting out. So that's
it's
kind
too
of.
bad. It's too bad we're not playing with each other. Then we keep hosting each other.
I think so. I think so.
Uh, anyway, I just want to know if you have any last words, anything you wanted to tell to the spectators.
Oh goodness. All I want to say was that, wish me luck. I'm gonna try and not get 17th this time. And
This
hopefully
is
provide some really, really good confessionals. So, yeah, just wish me luck.
okay. Good luck.